All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at BotBots Series 6, Aunt Kitty from the Pet Mob. Aunt Kitty here obviously turns into a little black cat, and yeah, it's an okay cat mode. I mean, I think it definitely gets the point across. It comes across a little bit generic to me, like weirdly with a toy line that does things like really cartoony and chibi a lot of the time. You'd think it would be pretty easy to make a cat look cute, but they kind of really haven't. Like it just kind of looks like a generic kind of bland cat. Whereas like this toy line made a pencil look cute, so I don't know why we're having a difficult time making a cat look cute. But yeah, I just don't. I'm not hugely fond of the cat mode. Like I said, it's got good texture there, and the cat head looks like a cat head. Can't really say that it doesn't. It just kind of falls into the same category as Coach Husky for me, where it's just like, yeah, this just kind of looks like a generic little, realistic looking animal, whereas that doesn't really fit in with the aesthetic of BotBots all that much. So yeah, I don't really like it. Also, I can't stand how it's got this little gap there in the head because the head for transformation does not fold down all the way. Really annoying. The tail you can rotate so you can have it up or down. It's always in this kind of like weird arc, but you can do that. In terms of transformation, first thing you want to do is just take the tail off. This will be a little handheld weapon. And then you want to take the head and just kind of rotate it up like this. So it just kind of like sticks out like that. And then take the entire halves of the cat, and it's just a big shell former. They just rotate out like this to kind of sit awkwardly splayed out here on the back. And then the arms are kind of tucked into the side here. This one is not too difficult to get out. It's a bit annoying, but this one I find gets stuck a lot of the time. Like the cavity that it's in is just a little bit too tight. So it can be kind of annoying. And again, like, you have to get kind of a good grip on it, which is annoying because the cat halves kind of get in the way of your fingers, but it's not too terrible once you're able to get it. And then this little hair piece is just on a little slider that extends up a little bit to give her kind of more, grainy hair. And yeah, there we have Aunt Kitty in her robot mode, if you can even call it that. And yeah, I don't really like this either. You can give her the little tail in her hand as like a whip or something. And it's just totally too big for the tiny little hands that she has. So it really kind of like awkwardly stretches out the plastic, which I don't like. And I don't think it looks that great in her hand either, but there's nowhere else you can really put it because if you plug it back in where it was, it kind of gets in the way. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're okay with her leaning forward just like a tiny bit, then you can leave it back there, but you are really supposed to just kind of leave it in her hand. Yeah, this is kind of a weird one for me because, like, I don't think it really is a robot. Like, it kind of just feels like it should be in a different toy line entirely, where it's just like, oh yeah, a little, angry cat lady that's inside of like a cat. Like, you get the concept. And I like the detailing on the inner figure itself. Like, I do like that, the face stuff. But, the fact that it just has this like gruesomely splayed open cat on the back is just not doing it any favors. Like, really inelegant. Like the head is like, just kind of like haphazardly folded up on this hinge and it's just floating there. And it's just the entire halves of the cat, just like really sort of uncreative for a transformation here. So yeah, I don't really like that. In terms of articulation, the arms are on ball joints, so you can kind of rotate them in and out and around. Let's put the tail down for now. You can see how much it like kind of stretches out the hand there. Another weird bit of detail is it sort of looks like her hair has eyes. I don't know if that's supposed to be a ribbon or if that's not supposed to be hair and it's supposed to be like a second cat that's like climbing up over her. It kind of looks like a little like bat gargoyle creature or something, which is a little bit odd. So yeah, no, I don't really like this one a whole lot. I'd say robot mode, again, if you can even call it that, probably it's kind of teetering between 1 and 2 because like I do like the detail on the inner little character here. I don't like the huge splayed out cat on the back, and B, I don't really think it feels like a per se. So I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. I really don't like it. Cat mode is fine. It's like a 3 out of 5. It's not terrible. I think it looks like a cat. It just doesn't do anything overly interesting and is weirdly like not very appealing for a little plastic cat. And then transformation again, kind of teetering between 2 and 3 just because that arm can be kind of a pain to pick out sometimes, but it kind of just depends. And I think I've mostly gotten the hang of it, so I think transformation just ends up being kind of average, so 3 out of 5. Which is going to give Aunt Kitty here an ultimate score of 7 out of 15, which makes her a 1-star BotBot. Yeah, no, I don't really like this one. I mean, it's one of the ones from the, like the Pet Mob and the Custodial Crew, like 8-packs that at least is physically possible to transform. Like, it functions as intended. I just don't really like the design. I just think it's really unappealing and feels very not like a BotBot generally. So yeah, no, not for me. But yeah, if you want to pick up Aunt Kitty, she's available in one of the 2 Pet Mob 8-packs. That's the only way to get her. But yeah, that's not great, but they can't all be winners, and most of them in this series are not. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Make sure to check me out on Instagram. That's toys.n.art. And without further ado, here we have BotBots Series 6 Aunt Kitty.